Hi, this is ig33ku, another video review. Today we're looking at the Acer Aspire 1 D255 netbook. This netbook is kindly refurbished by Acer Malaysia, so I thank them very much for loaning me this netbook. Now, this netbook comes with the Atom 450 processor, 1 gig of RAM, 160 gigs of hard disk space, Wi-Fi and 2-in-1 card reader, and a 6-cell battery. Interesting thing about this netbook is it boots to Android. I'm not sure if it's Android 2.1 or 2.2, so I'll just check that out later and let you guys know. You can configure this boot option in Windows 7. There's a configuration program there for that. So I'll just quickly go around the laptop first. In front here are the LEDs for the power, hard drive, charging, and Wi-Fi. Heard a motorcycle there. Sorry about that. Normally the Acer Aspire 1, at least in my version, which is the first generation, you have the power switch, not the power switch, but the on-off switch for the Wi-Fi over here so you can just reduce, save a lot of power by just turning it off without it turning on when the netbook turns on. And okay, so going to the right side now. The right side has stereo jack, microphone jack, USB port, LAN. I presume that's gigabyte. It should be gigabyte. Or it could be just normal 100 megabits of RAM. Here's the Kingston lock. I might have pronounced it wrongly. Don't sue me. In the back here is nothing, just a battery. And over here we have the VGA out, the power port over here, and 2 USB ports. USB 2, by the way. That's not USB 3. At the bottom here we have vents. And we can see up here some more venting, and there's a big plate here which I'm not sure if you can remove it to get hold of the hard drive or the RAM and upgrade it, but I presume you can't from the looks of it. And of course here's the battery, which in case you want to see what it looks like, let me just pop it out for a second. Should come out. There we go. It's a bit tight fitting, but there you go. 6-cell battery, and I'll slide that sucker in. Okay, so several tests I'll be running on this netbook will be how it performs with 720p video, most likely a QuickTime trailer, and then I'll be testing the battery's performance fully charged when I do all these tests. And another thing I'll be testing is the temperature. I'll be testing the normal ambient temperature, then I'll be testing the full load temperature, which then I'll be just running the trailer for about 30 minutes, and then you'll see how much heat it produces from the port here and from underneath here, which is where it will be sitting on your lap if you have it on your lap. And then that's about it. Of course, I'll check also the temperature underneath, not only on the laptop but actually on the surface underneath it, to see exactly how hot it is, so you can get an idea on how much heat will be trapped between your legs and the laptop. And I think that's about it. Oh, before I quickly go to the next section, let me just show you some of the accessories that came with the netbook. You get this nice little bag sleeve to put in the netbook, and of course power adapter. I wanted to show you this power adapter because it's pretty interesting. By the way, in case I was referring to the Acer Aspire 1 as a netop instead of a netbook, I do apologize for that. Okay, I just want to show you what's so interesting about this adapter. Hopefully you'll see it on the newer ones, newer laptops and netbooks that come out. But let me just see if I can pop it out. Oh, there we go. So basically this is how it works. It has a pivot system, which I mean you pivot it in. You can put it in any angle. For instance, you want to have it like that. Oh, normally on the top. Let me just align their joints like so. And basically you can just have it at 4 degrees, 490 degree angles. So depending on how accessible your socket is, you might want it in a particular angle like this, like that, oh, like that. So I thought it was a pretty interesting thing just to point out. Alright, on to the testing. And now I'm going to show you how quickly Windows shuts down just from the desktop. And I'll try to time it like so. So the light went out around just 30 seconds, so 30 seconds shutdown. So now I'm doing the power test for Windows 7. During boot up, it took around 14 watts of power to boot into the desktop. After that, it idled around 10 watts to 11 watts of power when the desktop was fully booted and everything was running. And now I'm going to run Megamind at 720p. This is a QuickTime movie file, so we're going to see exactly how many watts this takes. Do note that the Wi-Fi is on. Volume is at maximum. The battery, of course, you can see is not plugged in, so this thing's plugged straight into the AC through a kilowatt, so I can see the wattage. And here we go. Oops. There we go.
I've always believed that destiny chooses our path in life.
Here is your sidekick.
And here is your beak. You are destined for. Destined for what? I didn't quite hear that last part.
They came to our world together. But they were destined.
Our baby can fly.
Yes, nothing but the best for you, darling.
To take different paths.
Can we keep it?
One would be cheered.
Happy Metro Man Day, Metro City.
Okay, so I can see now that it was floating around 15 watts, and then sometimes it peaks maybe up to 16. So that's probably the maximum power usage you'll expect from the new Atom processors. And I'll just set it to hibernation mode and see how much power that takes. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can close it, and this should set it to hibernation mode. Now there seems to be a lot of active. Oh, there it goes off. And it uses 0 power. Okay, I'm doing the battery test now. I'm going to see how long the 6-cell battery can last under stress. The volume is set high, and Wi-Fi is on. And as you can see, it's fully charged. So we'll see how the D255 handles a fully stressed thing. I think it'll be running around 18 watts, 16 to 18 watts. So we'll just see how long it will last. I'm going to put out the power now. Okay, it's off. And now it's running on pure battery mode. As you can see, it just dimmed a bit. And I'm running thing, set my timer.
Welcome to the 100th anniversary of Johnny Stone.
And we'll see how long it will last before it dies.
One that talks, those are so rare.
None that I can think of.
I smell PB&J.
I think he's trying to steal your lunchbox.
So here's a quick comparison between the power requirements for the D255 versus the original Acer one, the first generation. On boot up, it was around 15 watts. I presume the idle power should be around 15 watts or 12 watts. Now I'm running the Megamind 420p trailer, and it takes about 20 watts of power. Okay, I'm just quickly checking now the idle power. Please note that I modified my original Acer one, and I put in a SATA drive, which you're not supposed to have the HDSL drive in, but I stuck in one. So the idle power is 18 watts. Now this is going to be the temperature test. So we're going to check now the ambient temperature of the table. About 30.5 degrees Celsius. Idle temperature of the heat vent over here. Let's just see if we can get it. Yeah, there we go. 31.8. Top temperature of the keyboard. 32.3 degrees Celsius. And I don't think there's any hot zones. The screen is 31 degrees Celsius in case you're wondering. So it's been running for some time. Now I'm going to test the temperature. So it's 51.8 degrees Celsius coming out of the pot. I'm going to just flip our friend over. That's sorry, put it there. 46 degrees Celsius, 0.6 for table temperature. That means basically between the heat on your leg is about 46 degrees. And we're going to check now the keyboard. Keyboard's 39.1. And it's 54.3, about just underneath the heatsink fan. Okay, so now I'm going to test the temperature after it's been running for about, I think, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So it stops at 59.2 degrees Celsius. Keyboard temperature is 49.3 degrees Celsius. Table temperature is around 51 degrees Celsius, so you can imagine how hot your legs would be. And just underneath the fan, it's 50 degrees, 53 degrees, 0.2 Celsius. So what I think about the Acer Aspire 1255? Well, it's a very nice netbook. Acer did spend a lot of time into the design of it, so it is something very appealing for you to use when you're in when you're at Starbucks or any of those coffee bistros. One of the best features of the netbook is, of course, the 6-cell battery, which lasts 6 hours with standard usage, according to Acer. Or for me, who was trying to kill the netbook with a 720p trailer and full with Wi-Fi on and full volume, I got 4 hours and 20 minutes from it. One of the main features is the ability to boot into Android quickly, and from there access your web content, be it Facebook, YouTube, or email. This is done in a very short period of time, around 18 seconds if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, Android is not optimized for the Acer Aspire 1's hardware, so there is some lagging issues and performance issues, so to speak. Another problem is that Acer does not provide you any apps, and since this is not an official Android product, there will be no ability for you to download apps from the Android marketplace. But you can get some applications from other third-party marketplaces like slideme.org. On the other hand, Acer provides a few useful applications for Windows 7. One of them would be McAfee Antivirus, which has a 1-year subscription. Northern Online Backup, which is either free or does have a subscription system. Then you have a secure deletion program, which is in the right context menu. And of course you have a encryption-decryption program, which is also in the right context menu. One of the things you might need to watch out for is that this netbook does not seem to be upgradable, so whatever configuration you do buy it, right, you might have to consider that you might not be able to upgrade it, as you can see, because there's no access panels to the RAM or the hard drive. What I would like to see was that if Acer would provide a optimized codec for playing HD content. As it stands now, almost all Atom systems still can't play 720p smoothly. If Acer was to provide maybe a license for the CoreAVC codec, you'll be able to watch 720p movies quite efficiently on the D255. That being said, the D255 is a very nice netbook. It is well built, looks great, has a nice long battery life due to the 6-cell battery, and I would recommend it as a replacement for those who have an old netbook and they're looking for something new, or those people who are in the market for this type of category device. Bear in mind that this is a netbook, so don't expect it to replace a laptop or your PC as your main system. And that's about it. So, this is ig33ku signing off.